Hello and welcome to the show. This is Do All the Things, and I am surrounded by microphones because today I'm going to be trying out a new toy that I just picked up. The Shure MVX2U little micro interface. I'm actually kind of very curious and excited about this. Stay tuned. I kind of forgot one of the unwritten rules of YouTube unboxing. You're supposed to use a cool knife when you open the box. It's just like, okay, this is a novelty knife. It's, you know, one of those. Anyway, what do we got here? Quick start guide. Oh, it's the usual. Plug it in, right? Plug it in, and then there's a mute on it. I guess I'm gonna have to figure that out. Oh, we need this Motiv app. I already have that installed on this computer. Because from when I was testing the that other Shure mic that really sucked. Oh, I was hoping for a much longer cable than this, I'm not gonna lie. That other mic came with like a 10-foot USB-C to C cable. This little frickin' short round here isn't gonna do me very good. So we already got points against this thing. I'm gonna have to go and buy a cable that's long enough to go from my computer to where I'm gonna be using my mic, which is not this. Because I was gonna say, one of the selling points of this is you don't need a cable, it goes directly on your microphone. And XLR cables could be expensive, but I'm imagining a USB-C to C cable is, well, but here we have it. It doesn't appear to have any buttons, like mute. So we have to control this thing completely by software. Okay, well, here is something that resembles, wait, I feel like, okay, that's just a little bit loose there, but, oh, kind of stuck. Kind of resembles a wireless, but it's not going to be a wireless. So it's a good thing I grabbed, I have a 10-footer USB-C cable here. It'll plug into the front of my computer. Okay, so we just pop that into there. It says red on the 48 volt. We have orange there. So what's the manual say this means again? Orange means error. That's nice, off to a great start. Now, why does orange mean error? It's not currently showing up in here. Well, maybe unlike the microphone, it needs the Motiv app. Maybe I need a newer version of the Motiv app. Maybe I need to reinstall the Motiv app. Oh, a newer version is ready. Quit and install. Finish. This is finish. Okay, long look. No mic disconnected for full control. It implies that we don't even need the app to get this thing to work. Okay, so they have something here called the owner's manual, and it literally is not a manual. It just has safety precautions in 100 different languages, certifications, limited warranty, great manual, sure. I wonder if it just doesn't like this cable. I got this other one here. Oh, this one works. I got a hub here. It sucks we're on a short leash. This is the first problem I'm having with this thing is the short leash. Like, huh? Okay, it says it's gonna work now. It's showing up in here. It's showing up in OBS. Oh boy, it's off the charts, bud. What happens if we just close Motiv? Okay, so with Motiv closed, oh boy, we're still getting like ultra wicked gain here. Oh, this thing's got frick tons of gain. We're pulling it back negative frickin' 12 dB here to just like peek out into the yellow. Where ultimately I would like to have it shoot for. Hey! Do I have compression turned on here? No, I have no compression turns on the OBS, but it seems like the mic itself has built-in compression. Hey, it's like a very hard shelf right there. Maybe we can turn it up just a little bit. Wonder how good this sounds. How do we turn on and off the phantom power without the Motiv app? Like, do we shizzle need the Motiv app to like this thing would have phantom power. Okay, red light. So I should be unless, for frick's sakes. Unless red just means phantom power is on. Because I'm getting signal here. I'm getting frick tons of signal here, bud. I better turn on this Motiv app. What, there's a firmware already? There's a firmware? Mic position near, natural. Oh, okay, let's set it to normal gain, louder gain, yeah. Normal gain, quieter gain. Quieter gain might be good with this preamp. This dark mode is making it hard to see. This thing's in my way. Oh, there's phantom power. Okay, it's off now, and we have no signal. So we're gonna be trying it without the booster first. Okay, so now, sure, Motiv. We got OBS cranked up. We got this all set up here. Natural, normal. We could probably go darker. Monitor mix, playback, that's all in here. Why aren't you working, bud? Hey, there you go. 60 dBs it says, which is apparently what you want for... Oh boy, the gain thing doesn't respond instantly. So it's like, you gotta like play with it and then, oh, there, now it seems to be responding. 51 dB of gain for this thing. High pass filter, you usually want a little bit of that. Compressor. Let's drop this gain down. Now let's go here and see, we're in near mode. Let's go to far mode. Okay, good. Let's try the monitoring. And of course, the monitoring is in real time, probably just because it's taking what the mic is hearing and blasting it right into the headphones. Not particularly loud right now. How do I playback? Where's the volume control for the headphones? Do I have to use the computer volume? Check. Oh yeah, I think it is happening in real time. The computer volume definitely is changing the sound of my output here. So that's interesting. Either the mic in the app is tapping in to the internal controls and adjusting the headphone output, or like it's actually AHCI or AISO real-time processing this. But the one thing that's bothering me is like the headphones are quiet. They're like real, like they're not very loud. It's almost pointless to have them if I'm monitoring my own voice. I need to be able to individually adjust my mic, my headphone sounds here. Check. Microphone property level is set to 0. Check. This seems to have no effect on the microphone, not as far as OBS is concerned, which I guess is okay. Listen. Oh. Now you can't probably hear what I'm hearing, but there's a notable audio delay. So, check. Yo. You can get out of here. You're screwing up my dialogue, bud. Oh, look at that ship. Never expected I'd be getting myself a new bass. But I did just that for Squires. This probably sounds like dog's breakfast right now. However, in their defense, they do seem to be making better quality Squires, but they are still Squires. And that means quality issues. Okay, bud, you need to shut the frig up. So... yeah, the output with playback is actually very reasonable through the headphone. No problems there. But my monitoring, how do I adjust my monitoring? Like that's oversight. Maybe I want more, maybe I want less. And if I go to playback, okay, it turns it off. If I go here, it doesn't turn it up. Mic mute. Well, we know what that's got to do. Is there a mic mute hotkey? Now, of course, this isn't something that we need to worry about. So, all right, it works. Ta-da! So now we should be trying it on something a little bit more, this is what you want to do with it kind of thing. And one thing that I noticed is, you know, on the old SM7B, this guy's kind of close. Oh, just. And it looks like with this clearance, yeah, it should clear the boom. I use it a bit differently. I reversed my yoke and I kind of set it up something like this so it's underneath of me. Oh, well, this even though the monitoring kind of sucks and I can't clearly hear what I'm saying because it's so quiet compared to playback, I can already tell this is sounding pretty decent. How's the levels in OBS? Okay, they're right there. Hey! And of course we have compression. How about louder? Oh boy, no, that's not a good time, bud. This thing's got gobs of gain though, holy frick. All the gain. But it's in far mode. I'd maybe like to see just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. And of course, we don't have to worry about sound with it or noise. That's respective to the mic. All right, well, let's, sucks it's so scrolly. Oh boy, it went away. There's no maximize, that's just minimize. What a dick. All right, let's try manual mode then. No phantom power. Monitor mix, high pass filter 75. I have the presence boost on and I have the roll off, the low frequency roll off on my mic. I don't like the way the roll off on this mic sounds. I feel like it like neuters it too much. Okay, let's bring this up until we get the levels that we want. I think it was about 50 dB that I liked it. Hey, medium compression. Hey, it's still peaking out. Often in OBS, I will use in the filters, a limiter right here. And then I'll set it to a hard limit of -3. And then it can never jump past there. Hey, what happens if we crank it, bud? Oh yeah, I can be all the way back here now. Compression off. Oh, it has a limiter on it.
compression off, I get lower levels. That's funny. This guy's like bringing up our level for us, but we should still have to be careful. How about heavy compression? I can hear background noise. I can hear all sorts of crap with heavy compression. Okay, so at 60 dB, I guess it does have enough gain to directly drive this mic. That feels wrong though. I'm gonna bring that all the way down again. And I'm gonna do a little bit of insertion here. I'm gonna bust out this buddy. Now I'm out of frickin' cable. Okay, that's, it's starting to butt up with this, but if I didn't have this extension, it would be hanging out here, so I guess that's that's a me problem. Or, no, it clears, it's just I have these cables. Turn on the power differentium. I'll just bring up the gain to a reasonable spectrum. Hello, hello, hello. Why we get no signal? Hello. Hello, hello, oh, ho, hey, what the hell, bud? Why was that so delayed? Ho, 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 ho. Oh, yeah, holy frick, are you? Okay, it doesn't respond to the gain change until you let go of the mouse. So I go here, I'm holding it, it's not doing anything. It's not doing anything. So it's 20 dB, let go of the mouse, there it is, not enough. 30 dB, let go of the mouse, halfway gain, okay. Those levels look close to where I want them to be. Hey, ha! And without really hearing on the monitor that well, like, I almost kind of feel like this sounds decent. Do I hear a little bit of gruzzle in there? A little bit of grit? A little bit of grind? I wish I could tell from these monitors, but they're just not freaking loud enough. And then, of course, it's supposed to be able to work with condensers. Check, check, check. Hey, okay. How about 37 dB again? Oh, that's working. I can hear it. That might be more gain than I usually use on my interface here, my recorder, because I can hear room. Let's bring her down to 30. My gut tells me just looking at these meters, this is probably equivalent to where I have it when I'm using it with my recorder so that I can mix it appropriately later without picking up too much of the room. Yeah, that's nice. Tricky, but it works. The MV7 had the ability to adjust the headphone output on the unit, but this does not have that adjustment. So we need it on the app. Specific for this guy, we need it on the app. Otherwise, like, what am I supposed to do here? How am I supposed to adjust my mic volume? There's no way to adjust my mic volume. Okay, so these headphones here are generally louder. Hello. No difference. Like, these headphones are loud. I plug them into anything and it needs way less volume. And it's interesting what I'm hearing. It's different, but it's still like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, so your monitoring feature's not correctly implemented here, Shure. Now what I kind of need to do is pause recording and play this back so that I can hear what it's doing. So I'll be back in a minute, though it's not going to be a minute for you. Okay, so what I'm finding out here is if you turn the Motiv app off, you actually can dial in your mic level with this. You'd still need the Motiv app to do some fine tuning to this thing. That's the way it's seeming to be. But I am liking the sound of it. And like this little dynamite stick I'm using, doesn't kind of I'm going to scratch this thing up and then they're not going to let me return it. I don't want to return it. I want to like this thing because I want to have this convenient just into the computer kind of dealy. That's not like a whole interface. But yeah, we can adjust on our microphone manually. There's a little something I'm interested in trying here because this is another question some people are going to want to ask about this. And you've not selected, select, where is it? Audio system. Okay, ASIO. We have Realtek. Okay, so there's no ASIO driver. Is that what you're saying? Because like that's kind of Motiv with ASIO. I'm running a DAW, blah, blah, blah. Success has been reported using the following ASIO driver with the MVI and DAW software. So Shure is not supporting ASIO on this. We got to do some success with this, like, okay, that's an ad. We don't click there. Where do I just download it, bud? There. No, this is trying to trick you with ads, bud. Don't fall for it. Oh, there it is. Okay, we have ASIO for all on here now. And like, status unavailable. AO buffer size, we need that to be small. Ha-ho, ha-ho. How come when I click in here, I can't just add track? It's like I gotta figure, oh, there it is. I don't know how to use this program. Huh, holy crap, it's doing something. Huh? Oh, that sounds ugly. Now we aren't off the shelf here, but ooh, boy, do you hear that crap in the background, bud? Do you hear that crap? Oh no, you can't because it's disabled my audio mixer on the OBS. Hey, 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 hey. Save files. Do you have to do this every time? I'm just gonna put this away now. Okay, so this is what it recorded. Hey, 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 hey. Really? Okay. So what I need to do is I need to take this thing for a little roundabout on some other computers and see what they have to say. And I'm going to have to order a cable just for it, maybe. But sure, this is twice now with the MV7. And now this thing, it's like you came so close to impressing me. You came so close to impressing me, but you're forgetting stuff. This isn't going to be particularly useful to me. I guess if I'm plugging it into my phone or a laptop, sure. But if it's going to be on a desktop PC and I'm going to want to like move this thing around a bit, like, you know, put it at the end of my boom arm for streaming, this thing's not going to do. You're charging a pretty premium price for this thing compared to other interfaces. I think that's a creature comfort I would appreciate. Your headphone monitoring's damn near useless because I can't hear it. It's not loud enough and there's no way to adjust that volume that I can tell. If there is, and I'm overlooking it, maybe it should be more obvious. And 3, you need ASIO driver support. Like, come on, what are you doing? Okay, yes, it's convenient for podcasting and stuff, but make an extension piece of software, like a driver that we can install on our PCs and then get ASIO support. Then I could use this as an interface too. I just throw it in front of a guitar, lay a track, throw it in front of another guitar, lay a track, and with ASIO monitoring, then, you know, I can get real-time playback on here if that's even supported, because I theorize that the headphone monitoring is not necessarily processed. It's just taking the analog signal and then amplifying it and sending it to the headphones, and that this thing's not even capable of ASIO. Now, I personally don't care because I'm not planning on using it for recording of that nature. I want it for almost exactly what it's intended for, kind of like podcast applications. Put it on this mic. Put it on this mic. Oh, you got a video call. You have a Zoom meeting. I got to plug a microphone to my computer real quick. Well, geez, I could just USB this pupper in. No screwing around. Because I don't like have a convenient way to plug microphones into my computers real quick. I have all this freaking fancy gear, but I got to rig up rigmaroles in order to get stuff to work. You know, so this was going to be a solution to that problem. But you're charging a lot of money for, oof. Now, best I could tell, the sound quality of the MV7 was excellent. And this thing seems pretty cool too. I got that on there. I don't know what kind of gruzzle I'm getting on here because I haven't fine tweaked on my levels yet. And hey, I know if I start getting all excited here, it's gonna start clipping out. But these levels look decent. And I swear, just based on my early estimations, it sounded better with this thing in place, which just doesn't quite fit there. It will though. Use normally it will. Maybe. I don't know. That's twice I bought a Shure little digi-dealy, wanting to be like super stoked to be like, hey guys, you gotta check this out. But then this is twice now that I'm leaving the table like, hey guys, this needs a little bit of work. I could see them never releasing ASIO drivers. I could see them never giving us a longer cable, but do something about the headphone monitoring. That has to be fixed. Okay, so I've been playing around with it a little bit. Just playing around with it a little bit on my other computer. So here's what I have to report. That barely clears, but that's not what I have to report. What I have to report is that cable's fine. It's just the front USB jack on this thing sucks. I use that same cable the computer upstairs plugged into a nice USB 10 port at the back there, and it's working good. It definitely has enough gain to drive this microphone without the preamp booster, but it might sound just a little bit better with the preamp booster. If we set it to 0 gain, it becomes a line level input, and then I actually plugged it into the back of a mic preamp and tried it it like that with some interesting results. Right now, I'm just raw dogging it, and this is what I want to be able to do. I want to be able to raw dog it with this in particular microphone, just like that, and get the vocal and spit it out there and be like, hey, everybody, we're at 57 dB gain. Now, upstairs on my other computer, I have AKG 240 headphones, and they are very quiet headphones. They're not loud. In which case, the output of this thing was barely enough to drive them. I cranked it to 100%, the volume up to 100%. And it still wasn't very loud. However, monitoring made more sense because the monitor headphone level for mic monitoring seems to scale proportionally to your volume setting, all of a sudden, now I could more correctly hear the monitoring. Now I have monitoring turned on right now. And even though it is extremely subtle in the background, I do see it having some practical purpose. Because if you have monitoring turned off and you have headphones like these things, these are stage monitor headphones. These things are like earplugs with headphones blocked into them. Like, it is freaking quiet. I can't hear what's not, like, obviously if I get loud enough, but they're very effective earplugs. And if I was addressing a microphone under these circumstances, you just hear yourself all muffled and weird, and sometimes that can be jarring and kind of like confuzzling. But having just yourself in real time, just a little bit in the background, ain't that bad. It kind of works, just to say you're not completely sounding like, Gonna try something a little bit different here, not near enough the same level of isolation. A lot more midier, not necessarily the sound of these, but the sound of my voice, because I can hear more of my voice. But then I just have that little bit of tingle of the monitoring in the background. So yeah, I guess the monitoring does have, I would still like to be able to turn it up though. And upstairs, where with the headphones are real quiet, because again, it seems to make more sense with monitoring headphones. What I did was I started biasing it towards playback, and that started turning down the monitoring. I would like to be able to do that here. Like, I could put it there and I still get monitoring, but not a huge amount of monitoring. Put it right there. That's max microphone. That's all you have to do, make that louder. And I did update the firmware. When I installed Motiv upstairs so I can get the fine tweakings, it's like, oh, you need the firmware. I updated the firmware. I don't think that made any difference. I thought maybe it made monitoring louder, but it didn't. So yeah, despite its flaws, I think it's going to be handy for me because I want to be able to do this with it. Just jack it into whatever freaking microphone I want, bud, and make it happener. Unisphere, Unidyne, number 2. Oh boy, this one doesn't need anywhere near as much gain, bud. Hey. 45 dB for directly adjusting a vocal microphone. 45 dB. And this is an older one. Unisphere 1, 565 SD. In pictures, this looks like the one that Freddie Mercury used. Whether or not this one still performs as well as it might back then. But here we are. Crank it to 60 dB. How quiet is that preamp? Old Apex ribbon mic. These kinds of microphones, they need the gain. They need all the gain. This is one of the things that you would use that cloud lifter fire stick for, to try to get this guy up to where it needs to be. But, it's cranked right now, 60 dB. And how quiet is that? We're going to hear background stuff. I have a battery charger. There's a fan running. This is a figure 8 pattern. So, like, it's the kind of thing, if I turn it sideways, like, it gets completely canceled out. If I turn it parallel to the crap I don't want it to hear, then it doesn't hear it. Ha 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 ha. Isn't that trippy, guys? Look at that. Microphone. No more microphone. It's audio engineering magic, buds. That mic gain's cranked, and I don't hear a whole lot of but again, my monitoring's not very loud, and I think it's just going direct, so who knows? But anyway, that's the MVX2U. Has enough clean gain to drive the SM7B without a preamp, and that's probably how they intended it to be used. Overpriced for what it is. You could buy an entire USB mic for that price, but I'm guessing you don't want a USB mic if you're getting this. You want to use this to digitize a higher end mic, in which case I guess that price point makes sense because of the demographic, the target audience it's appealing to. but feature-wise, it makes it completely not price competitive with an interface. You can get a PreSonus there or whatever those red boxes everybody's using. They're going to have ASIO drivers, I would assume, and they're probably going to have a louder headphone amplifier. So yeah, it is what it is. It's going to be handy for me once in a while. This isn't even a rental. I straight up bought this thing, bud. So it's like, you better play along. You better be good to me, sir. Hold up. There's one other thing to test on this that I keep forgetting to test. One other feature it's supposed to have. For this, we'll have to bust out the little gotta kind of plug it into here. Phone's detecting something. Got it. It says it's green. Where's the frickin'... There it is. That looks like ass. Recording audio through USB mic, it says. Can I... Oh boy, hey, how's it going, buds? Is this thing on? Do we want to see me this close? We should get that back there out of the way. You got a microphone here. Okay, so that obviously works. Oh, is this how we can add an headphone jack to this? Okay, I gotta stop this video. I wonder how fast this pupper's gonna drain down your batteries. Let's bring up the gallery here. Yeah. Oh, holy crap. Monitorings work too. I can hear myself. Okay, so I guess if I really do want to do some, like, you know, kind of telephony podcasts or something. Hey, aren't I supposed to be able to do the thing where I flip or reverse? Where's the main camera on this thing? I feel like a total freaking boomer here. There's a monitor here. I'm assuming you're supposed to be able to see what you're doing here while using the good camera. Yeah, it works now. It's small. It's small but effective. Aiming's kind of weird, but it seems to be working. Anyway, that does look notably better than the selfie camera. So yeah, I guess now we're in a position here where if we wanted to do a podcast or something, or a live direct from the phone, or just quickly record something on the phone. When the hell am I going to use this? Seriously, I don't know, but at least I have the option to, right? At least I have the option to, and I can start this. You're not usually used to this particular microphone being wireless, or it's clearly not wireless, but I guess I can wander around with it, right? Maybe I just use this as an audio recorder. Surely it has that feature, doesn't it? An audio recorder? Just record us some, audio, plug it in. I guess that could be a possibility, but I don't know. I have to put an end to this seriousness, this not seriousness, this hilarity that ensues. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, stay tuned. Sometimes I like to tinker on tech like this. I wanted to get one of these things so that I could just quickly connect a microphone to USB. Little tool to add to the kit. What it does well, and I think it's going to be handy having it around. So all I can say is, stay tuned to see what I do next. Hey, used to being, so now we got to go around? Okay then.